Up next, we're headed back to Winnipeg with Ash and the Arsonists. They've just stripped things down on their new 2025 Unplugged EP, Unignited. It's available on all streaming services. They're letting their songs breathe a lot more, and stories are hitting a little closer to home. I caught up with drummer Matt Dara and guitarist Joe Carson to chat about the band and talk about the acoustic tune Sick Cycle, which is raw, reflective, and proof that sometimes turning down the volume makes the message a little louder.
Well, I'm Matt Dara. I am the drummer in Ash and the Arsonists and background vocalist as of a couple of years ago. So, well, one of a few. Everyone has some vocal parts at this point. But yeah, mainly the drums. And if you see a lot of the socials, Ash does some of it too. But the main reason that we're pretty much as active as we are online is largely me. So that's where you're seeing a lot of the drive and the media stuff from, because you pretty much just see my face everywhere. You see us everywhere. You know, I'm not going to take all the credit, but I've certainly pushed us more in that direction. So yes, drummer, social media guy, etc. On to
Mhm.
you.
Hi, I'm Joe Carson. I play guitar for Ash and the Arsonists. I also do a little bit of the background vocals, and I also play the electric drill
The electric drill on which song?
on Left 4 Dead.
Okay, that's interesting. I
That was
didn't
so
know there
much
was
fun.
one.
Oh yeah, the intro to Left 4 Dead is the electric drill, and we did that because the original recording, the demo version, had a siren used as the intro. And so when I was learning it, when I was joining the band, because I just joined the band about it'll be 3 years this year. When Ash sent me the demo, it was the siren. So I'm like, how do I do this? So we get to band practice, and Ash is the carpenter, and he had the drill there. So I just picked up the drill and just held it over the pickup, and it worked. And I mean, that's been done since Van Halen used to do it. Paul Gilbert from Mr. Big used to do it. So just honoring some of my heroes.
Who are the other guys in the band?
Ash Sinclair, who is the Ash and the Arsonists, he is the main founding figure piece and namesake in the center of everything here. And then you have the unsung, the unseen, well, yes, seen and sung, Matt Curry on bass. He would
The
be with
like
us tonight, but he's going to the Bad Religion show. So
the most
that's
underrated member of the band is Matt Curry.
Why would you
bass
say
is
that?
always
Because he's
on.
bass?
Just there's the little things that he does that make the song so much better. And Matt knows my feelings and about bass players at times, but it's all a joke because without a good rhythm section, without a great drummer and a great bass player, you really don't have a band.
It was summer 2023. Everything started to coalesce. Doors were opening, and that's after that you just see that's when the trajectory of Ashley Arsonist really started to go upward. Like then
Hmm.
we played our first show with him, which was great. We did a six prize residency. We played the Manitoba Loud Music Awards for at the Park Theater. That was
That
a
was
great
opening for
time.
Econoline Crush. That was insane. That was like one of
Yeah,
my first
North.
shows in the band, like, and we're opening for one of my favorite bands of all time.
Really?
Yeah,
You got
yep.
what?
Yes.
When was that you opened for Econoline Crush?
That was at the Manitoba
2023.
Loud Music Awards 2023.
By the way, we are coming up with a bunch of new material. There's going to be a live album. Maybe we'll drop a couple new ones throughout the course of this year. And then, yeah, 2027 most likely is when you're going to see a full-length Ashley
A
Arsonist
full length
album
Ashley
because we've
Arsonist
done
album.
three
We can.
Ps already.
You don't normally see somebody come and go, okay, we're going to do an acoustic right now. We're going to do an acoustic rendition of a bunch of our songs. And, usually that's like after 5 or 6 years, somebody would go and
Mhm.
record something. And so really expedited, which is kind of cool. What brought you guys to that?
Well, as I said, it was really once we had Burn recorded, Christmas of 2024, my aunt hits me up. So, do you want me to buy you some studio time over at 23 for Christmas? And I can get in touch with Jody and put you guys in over there for like how long do you want? Like a day, a few days? I'm like, give me a day. And so I'm thinking, well, what can we achieve in a day? What can we do just as a stopgap until the next thing that we're doing? And then it hit me. Why don't we go in there and just do like an unplugged DP? It was just supposed to be three songs. Our producer Gemma knows, and shout out to her, she convinced us to do four. And so because she
She
figured
did.
we could
Became a big influence on the fourth song, and there was one of my decisions in there to put the one that we're going to talk about on there.
Okay.
Yes.
And I'm kind of curious, like when I listen to those songs, there's some pretty spanking cool acoustic guitar work. Is that you,
Yeah.
Joe?
It is, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
What are you
was
playing
that.
there?
I'm playing my Taylor. It's my Taylor Auditorium, and that was one of my more recent guitars. I guess with more recent, I'd say within the last 6 years that I've purchased. Um, Playing acoustic guitar is a little different for me. I know if for anybody who's seen me perform live, I'm very known for my electric guitar playing and my I would say, I guess, speed in playing. To go down to an acoustic guitar is very, oh, what's the word? It's very, you can't hide any mistakes. So you definitely
Revealing.
it is very revealing of where you are as a player and getting into the studio there. And I'm so thankful to Kalen James, who did our, from,
Seventh
he's
string.
seventh string, yes, and he is a was our one of our engineers on the record at Studio 23, and he really did help pull out some of the better aspects of this record. And I remember when we sent it off to mixing, our mixing engineer Dale McIntyre, he was very impressed with how it came out because there was some licks in there that I didn't know that I even did.
Let's talk about six cycles. So
Yeah,
Yes,
and I'm very interested in if you know the story behind the lyrics in Six Cycle. I'm very it's a moving song.
yes.
again, that's something you would have to ask Ash
Yeah.
about if he was willing to divulge, because we don't personally even know.
Yeah.
We're just doing the instrumentation. So
Yeah.
I believe, yeah, I mean, you can take your own interpretations on it. I like to interpret that as a struggle with, with demons of alcohol, of whatever, right? Like like if you listen to a lot of his lyrics on the Burn record, they're very deep. Everything is very, I guess I don't know what I can say on here that he would want me to say, but I know that there has been, like, personal struggles in the past, and then you take from those experiences. I know as a songwriter myself that as someone who else has gone through some life experiences that very, very much so. It becomes a part of your soul, the way you're writing lyrics, and trying to convey that out to the public can be can be challenging. And I think Ash handles songwriting in a way that connects with our audience the best. And he's from a small town. He's from Fairford, Manitoba. So
Oh, really?
it's quite growing up in a small community when you have just your friends, and he writes songs about being back home. There's so many ways of like for myself, just describing addiction as a sick cycle has been something that we've uh, anybody who's suffered with addiction would agree with.
Hmm.
There's a whole lot of other things you can also use that you can describe a sick cycle as well. Bad relationships, a whole bunch of things like
Hmm.
that. Um, but yeah, you'd have to ask Ash.
Hmm.
Me and Matt could sit here and speculate on what he means by it.
yeah.
But I agree that a lot of his lyrics are very, very moving and very deep.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like you said, it's open to interpretation, and that's the best thing is
Yes,
that you can address something directly, or you can leave it vague and leave it open to interpretation, and it can universally translate a lot more to people that just see it one way or the other.
And,
So
yes,
and
you can
and
go
in
about it either
today's
way.
world, I think there are a lot of people that are struggling with things. So that is
yes,
I sort of hear a hope in the identification of this cycle, right? Somebody
yes.
saying, recognizing that there's a sick cycle, right? And and I found it an amazing song. But tell me about the acoustic version, how you guys sort of built that from what the original song was.
That was my idea to put the song on the record, and me and Matt had that little discussion about that. And once we demoed it, we
Yeah.
brought Jen in to take a listen, and she goes, "Yeah, that's got to be on there." And he's like, "Ah, you were right."